Mr. President, you have a very uncanny instinct. You have a gut sense of things, and you were very disciplined after Christine Ford came out and the left was going wacky. But there was one point where you pivoted at a rally in Mississippi just a few days ago. You went off script, and some people said that you were extremely unkind to Christine Ford. But what was it that got you to pivot from your restraint about her and to fight for Kavanaugh at that point?
Well, there were a lot of things happening that weren't correct. They weren't true. And there were a lot of things that were left unsaid. And I thought I had to even the playing field because it was very unfair to judge. Now I can, very nicely say Justice Kavanaugh.
Right, right.
It was a very unfair situation. So I evened the playing field. And once I did that, it started to sail through. He was treated very, very unfairly, Janine.
And Mr. President, when you say it started to sail through, even the Washington Post, I'm going to repeat that, even the Washington Post, top of the fold today, talks about the fact that when you went off script and you went after Christine Ford, saying nothing that wasn't already true, talking about her memory failures regarding the fundamentals of her assault, they said it was a turning point to victory, that when you did that, you turbocharged the momentum behind Kavanaugh. When his fate was most in doubt, I mean, there's no question that he has to turn around and the country and recognize that what you did was instinctive, it was guttural, and you did it, and you won.
Well, I think it was a very important moment. It was a very big turning point, as the Washington Post was actually, shockingly, they said something that was very positive. And I'm very proud of it because we're going to have a great, great justice of the Supreme Court for many years. And I fought hard to make sure that he got on. And you're going to see what happens. You're going to see how great he will be and will become. I have no doubt about it at all.
All right. So coming out of this, should there be consequences, Mr. President, to those people who promoted falsehoods? When you look at someone like that lawyer Avenatti, who, the allegations that he was promoting when he brings out this alleged victim were so preposterous that they dissipated on their own. Should this person be held for the falsehoods, not just in terms of grievances with the Bar Association, but even beyond that?
Well, he made false accusations about me on another matter, totally false. It's a joke. When just a disgrace that they're able to do it. I'd love to see our libel laws get toughened up so you could take people and sue them.
Exactly.
But he made the same thing, totally false statements. You look at what happened, and yes, I think they should be held liable. I would say they should be held to the highest standard. You can't go around and whether it's making up stories or making false statements about such an important position, you can't do that. You destroy somebody's life. And there were many, many false things that were said about a very fine man and would have destroyed his family if this didn't happen. And it all came together in the end, and people realized it was false accusations, false statements. It was really something very interesting and actually very nice to see because he suffered, Janine. That was really unfair. I watched that very closely, and he suffered with false statements made about him, things that never happened.